Good morning, everybody. I'm doing this video primarily for families of young stroke survivors, but I guess it's also for young stroke survivors as well. Anybody who may be in the hospital or rehab right now, and you're thinking, wow, am I alone? First of all, you're not. And the reason I'm doing this video is because some friends of mine who I've known for years, I actually DJ'd their wedding like 15 years ago. Their daughter just had a stroke. She's like 30. And they know me. So they're like, okay, this does happen to people who are not your 82-year-old Aunt Betty or some 90-year-old war vet. It's not as common as, say, cancer or muscular dystrophy or Alzheimer's or all those hot button health issues right now, but it does happen. It's not crazy. So you're going to hear people say things like, wow, that's way too young to have a stroke. Don't get angry with this. This is, again, just not as common as some of those big health issues. It does happen. I know a lot of people who are under 40, under 30, this happened to them, and they weren't doing anything unusual. It just happened. So don't even get angry with people. This is something that they just haven't heard before. But you're not alone. This does happen. I guess the best advice I can give people, a couple of things, just from my experience, is first of all, this is all about attitude. If you go into this with a why me attitude, and if you go into this with a real negative attitude, it's not going to be good for anybody. You've got to be positive. And like, for instance, my friend's daughter, from my understanding, it's affected her arm, her face a bit, some speech, but her leg's not affected. And to me, that's fantastic news. She can walk. That's great. I am older than she was when I had my stroke, and I was a lot worse, and I'm functioning. I mean, the arm, I can do stuff. It's not a lot, but I can do stuff, and it does get better. This is kind of new. I couldn't do this high, I don't know, 6 months ago, but I can now, and I'm 4.5 years in. Don't let that scare you either. All recovery time is different. You will probably see a whole bunch of recovery like the first 3 months, then the 6 months, then the year. But it keeps going. You hear a lot from the doctors. You have to get this stuff back right away, or it's not going to happen. After a year, you're kind of done. This is so untrue. You always will improve. But you will probably see your biggest strides, your fastest strides early on. But don't let that discourage you. Stuff will come back. Speaking of recovery, let's talk about prognosis for a minute, because you're going to hear a lot of this. You're going to have people come in and tell you what's going to happen and what you can expect. Typically what they do a lot of times is give you what I call worst case scenario prognosis. So they might tell you that, oh, well, your arm may never come back, or your vision or your face or your leg may never come back. And this is scary stuff to hear, but I would take it with a grain of salt. I think they do give worst case scenario prognosis. They don't want to get your hopes up, but don't let that get your hopes down. You can definitely get some massive recovery from this stuff. There are a lot of people out there who have had stroke, and then maybe a short period later or even several years later, someone will say to them, wow, you had a stroke? I can't tell. It's actually happened to me when I'm walking around and talking to people until they really see what my hands do, and they have no idea this ever happened to me. And there are people who function very well with what they have. I'm one of those people. I function well with what I have. There are other people who gain so much back it's like it never happened. Maybe there's a tick here and there, but it's no big deal. This is not the end of the world, but you got to support each other. I think this is so important. Not only does the family have to support the stroke survivor, but the stroke survivor in turn needs to support the family. I know we're young, but we need to really dig deep down and be strong and have that maturity level, not to freak our family out. That's so important, I think, and a lot of people miss the step. If you can go in with a good attitude, that puts your family at ease. If your family can have a good attitude, it puts you at ease. It's all about attitude, I'm telling you. And the prognosis, I wouldn't listen to it too much. Take it with a grain of salt. It might be that way, but probably not. I beat the odds. I'm supposed to be a blind paraplegic. That obviously didn't happen. I drive, I work, I travel. I don't ask for help with stuff very often. I can pretty much do anything, even as a disabled person. But I'm not really that disabled with a lot of things. I fix my own vehicle. I do my own lawn maintenance. Life goes on. It's all good. It's cool. And for you young people out there worrying about perhaps how can I say, the sex appeal, don't worry about that either. People tend to look past that. I don't have a problem with that. People still give me attention. Pretty girls still smile at me. Don't worry about that. It's all about attitude. If you walk around with your head hung low and you're depressed, yeah, maybe people aren't going to do that. But if you keep your head high, smile, make eye contact, I think you're going to be fine. So, quick vlog for you for what it's worth. Let's review. Prognosis, it's only a guess. Don't worry too much about it. It's all in the attitude. You're really not that young to have a stroke. It's not that uncommon. And you're going to be all right. Just hang in there. The good news is that you're still here. Stroke survivor means exactly that. You survived stroke. If you're still alive, you're one step ahead of a whole lot of people. That's it. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps someone. Take care of yourself.